Let's say you have a situation like this. You have a surface that is at an angle, and on that you would like to construct geometry onto that is perfectly perpendicular to the surface. Well, let's say it should be a cylinder. Well, I could create a cylinder. Let's scale it up a little bit, and then I move it into position, and I could maybe try to rotate it and try to match that the rotation is correct. But that's actually, technically speaking, possible, but very labor intensive. And in case I would like to add additional objects, then I would have to rotate them all as well. And that's only a possible cause for inaccuracies and problems in your model. And instead of doing it this way, we can actually create a construction plane. So if you go to construction and double click that icon, you have a creation type. For example, view, slice, 3-point, or geometry. 3-point is the one I use actually a lot. Then you can click on go. And inside curve snap, I have it set to 2. And I turn on my curve snap because now I can click on this edge of my surface, and you see, because of a subdivision of 2, I have a nice mid marker on that curve. And that is now my center point for my construction plane. And now it asks me to select a second point. That, for example, could be down here. And then it asks me about my third point. And maybe for this, I could select this edge again. And if you take a look at this view, you will see that I created a construction plane that perfectly lines up the orientation of this flat surface. And then you can click Set Construction Plane. And you will notice that your camera view changes because now this construction plane is temporarily turned into the ground plane. So for example, now if I go into top view, I could create a ring. Hold on, I have to turn off the snap tool. Say like this. And then this ring, for example, I could copy and paste and maybe move up a little bit. Copy and paste and move up, and maybe I scale it down a little bit. Okay. So, and let's go to the skin tool. And for example, I skin between those 3 rings. And let's say you actually would like to go back to the original world setting. So for example, you could go to construction and then click on toggle construction plane. And then basically everything is set back to how it was originally. And let's say you would like to, at one point, go back to adjust one of those rings. Then you could go to construction, set construction plane, click it, and then it basically asks you to select a construction plane. And I click on my plane, and then it resets basically the orientation for me. I could click my ring and then, for example, move it down a little bit more, let's say to there. And then when I'm done with it, I could again click toggle construction plane, and everything is back to the original orientation. And you can have multiple construction planes for as many as you want, and that can be a really good tool if you want to create one or multiple objects by using the X, Y, and Z coordinate system with a custom rotation.